Today I'm going to be trying a new ceramic coating product on my 2019 Ram, and I wanted to show you guys just some things that I'm going through preparing my truck to put the coating on, and also just to show the product a little bit. I actually learned about this product from a YouTuber called Project Farm, and if you haven't ever seen his videos, he does a fantastic job on comparing different products. He's very good about just being completely direct and honest. He doesn't do any sponsored videos at all. I do that, but this is not a sponsored video. I don't even think he does any affiliate marketing at all. I do, but this is not that sort of video. This is just what I'm doing. But I'll put a link to his video in the description that you can check out. He compared this Turtle Wax ceramic coating to like 5 or 6 other coatings, and the results were amazing. So I'm not even doing a comparison here. I'm just using it because I liked the results he had, and so I'm gonna give it a shot. So let me just show you what it is. So it's this Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions. I just picked this up at Walmart last night. You can get it on Amazon. I read all the reviews on Amazon. I always do that before I buy a product. And it was really, really good. People really like it. One of the interesting things was that people kept talking about that it smells really good. So I'll be curious about that. And then I have this clay bar kit. I just ran out and picked this up at AutoZone. I don't know if I'll be putting a link to that in the description or not, but maybe something similar. So I bought this, and then when I got it out to my truck, I was looking inside of it, and I saw something I wasn't crazy about. So it comes with the spray detailer, and the reason I want to use the clay bar is to remove anything from the paint. And I thought it was odd that they have you using this, I don't know, it's not a wax, but it's a detailer that clearly is going to leave something behind on my paint. I don't want to do that. I want to prep the paint and get it really clean to put this on it and not anything else. And here's just some microfiber towels I picked up also at Walmart. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be using regular Dawn dish soap, just the blue stuff. I thought I had it out here already, but I don't. I'll have to go steal it from the kitchen. And I use that because it will wash off any like waxes and things that are left. That's why they tell you not to wash your vehicles with dish soap, because it will actually remove waxes. In this case, I want to remove everything. Now I'll tell you a little bit about my truck as it exists. Is last fall, wasn't quite this late in the season, or it wasn't quite this early in the season, but it was last fall. I actually did a ceramic coating on this, where I did like a complete paint correction. I actually buffed it all with Meguiar's products and did a machine buff on it and coated it. And you can see it still looks fantastic. I just washed this though last night. The problem is it didn't do what I wanted it to do. What I really wanted to happen was I wanted for dirt to literally just wash off so that I could just rinse the truck and it would be clean and not have to do like a complete intensive hand wash. And the reason for that is I live on a dirt road. And so even one trip down the road after washing my truck, it's dirty. And that just frustrates the heck out of me. You can see my tailgate here. Like I said, I washed this once last night, and then I went for a trip today, and you can see it is filthy. There must have been some water probably up on the tonneau cover or something, or trapped in places, and it leaked out, and it caused all this dirt to stick all over it. And that's a pain to deal with. So I'm hoping, I don't know if you can see this in the camera too much, but see all that dust? I'm kind of hoping that this new ceramic coating will actually allow that dust to like blow off. It's so hard to see. Or at least let it rinse off with a hose and not need to actually like hand scrub the whole truck. Like I said, last night I was preparing to use that coating. And I want to show you why I had to run out and buy the clay bar kit. I had washed it all with Dawn, and then I was going to use the spray away glass cleaner and just go over it real quick just to make sure that there was nothing still there. That's when I discovered an issue. Don't know if you can see this on the camera. I don't think you can. But there's like permanent water spots on my truck. I don't know where all those flies keep coming from. Let's see if I can make them show up. So I found out I could not remove these water spots with the Dawn dish soap or with the spray away. So spray some of that on there. Really don't think you can see those on camera. All you see is the sky. But anyways, there are water spots that do not want to come off. Take my word for it. You can't see them, but they're there. So that's where the clay bar comes in. I'm hoping I can clay bar all those off. I'm hoping not to have to clay bar the entire truck, but I probably will. And like I said, I'm going to be using the Dawn dish soap in water to actually do the clay bar and not that spray detailer. I'll keep that for something else. Before I get started with the clay bar, I wanted to show you something. So this is the ceramic coating that I used probably 10 months ago. It's called Nanobond. And I was actually quite impressed with it when I was putting it on. It seemed like it did a great job, and it clearly still is, because if I spray the truck down, just wanted you to see this. Like, that water is just completely coming off. So I'm guessing that that ceramic coating is still there. And I'm hoping that I just get it just that much better by using that turtle wax. That water just pretty much beads right off. What I have noticed is that from like here down, it sheets up a little bit more. It doesn't bead quite as good down there. And that's where the dirt usually really sticks. So let's get started on the clay bar. Just put a little bit of that Dawn in there. You got a clean mitt. I'm just gonna throw some of this soapy Dawn water on here. I've got my clay bar. That kit comes with 2 clay bars, which is kind of nice. Just leave that right there, and I'll get started right here. I have never used a clay bar before. You might be surprised to hear that, but let's give it a go. Supposedly you just rub it on until everything feels smooth and move on. Let's see. The good thing that it came with 2 bars, because if you drop it in the dirt, it's basically junk. And I get dirt everywhere, so let's just hope I don't drop it. I don't expect there to be much on this paint, and I already can tell I don't feel the clay bar grabbing hardly anything. So my truck's already pretty clean. Literally nothing. So that ceramic wax or ceramic coating that I put on before, it does seem like it's held up pretty good. What I'm hoping is that this will remove those water spots, because I really didn't want to seal over water spots that are there. It seemed like that's really defeating the purpose. Just get this section done. I'll give it a rinse and see if this is actually taking off those water spots or not. Hopefully those water spots are not like permanently in that existing ceramic coating. Shouldn't be, Like I said, I completely buffed the whole vehicle before I applied that. It looks nice and nothing in the clay. Let's rinse that off. So I can definitely see that whatever was allowing the paint to bead up before is gone. The clay took that off because the water is not beating up now. It's just sheeting. You can tell up in here I haven't used the clay yet. Let's just see the difference. You can see how quickly it beaded up over here. It's not beading up at all over here. So I think the clay bar is working to get those water spots off. I also think that those water spots were actually caused by a spray detailer I've been using. I do from time to time try out different spray detailers after I like wash it and dry it just to get it to look that much better. But I think that that was leaving behind a residue. That's probably what's beading up on the whole truck. It's probably not that old ceramic coating. And it also was what was leaving behind those water spots. Because I can tell now, the clay bar has successfully removed those spots. So clay bar is going to be worth it. This is going to take a while. It's not going to be very fun to watch. So I'm just going to not record the whole clay bar session, but get back to you in just a minute when I'm ready to start with the actual application of that Turtle Wax ceramic sealant. All right, the whole truck has been clay barred. I didn't spend a lot of time with it because it wasn't picking up anything. And I actually came back across the hood afterwards and washed it again because it was leaving a little bit of a clay residue. And after I washed it, the beading came right back. So that ceramic coating from before I think is actually working better than I thought. Or some other spray I have used has been working, or a car wash I went through, or who knows. But anyways, it's still beading water. So I didn't spend a ton of time with the clay. But now I'm going to give it a quick blow dry. Now this won't dry it really that good, but it will blow water out of spots that won't dry on their own very well. So I'll get this all blown off and then I'll hand dry it the rest of the way and we'll be ready to start with our coating. My dog will probably start barking when I start this up because he loves noise. He's weird. Like I said, that didn't totally dry it, but it gives us a nice head start to be able to dry it the rest of the way. Just going to use one of these microfibers. Just dry it off real quick. All right, now, despite my best efforts, or maybe not my best yet, but we're getting there, water spots are still present. I think you actually can see them in the camera now. They're kind of hard to see, but they are there. And I don't want to clear or coat over them. I've got one more semi-easy thing to try. And if that doesn't work, I might take the next step, but we'll see. I'm gonna grab some, it's actually like a prep. It's like a grease and wax remover, and we'll wipe it down and see if that fixes it. What I've got here is called a wash solvent, but I think it's the same thing as a grease and wax remover. We're gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna try it in a door jamb first, just to make sure that it's safe on my paint, because I don't know if this is a water-based paint or not. I don't think it is, but either way, I just don't know if this is gonna be a problem. It shouldn't be. I think we're good to go. So we'll just see if this takes off those water spots. This is where I can see them the best, so I'll give this spot right here a shot. It's not working. It may have lightened them up a little bit, but they're still there, which means we're going to the next step. Now, I'm only going to do this on the hood. The rest of it isn't bad. The water spots are really pronounced on the hood. Most people would never see them, but I see them and it bothers me. So it's going to be just the hood, but I'm going to buff it out. Let me go get my compound and buffer. We'll go from there. Now what I've got here is Meguiar's Mirror Glaze Swirl Remover. Now I'm going to be using a foam pad on an orbital, I can never say that word correctly, buffer. I'll show you that in a second. Now when I was picking out this ceramic sealant, I had a hard time going with the Turtle Wax, even though Project Farm had such a good review on it, because I love Meguiar's products. That's who I usually go with. Now if I was cutting and buffing a car, this would be the third compound that I would use after my really heavy cut, medium cut, and then this would be like the final, just to remove any swirls that are left. And we'll see if it's gonna work on this. I don't know. I don't know what those water spots are. Are they burned into the clear coat somehow, or are they stuck in that last ceramic coating I put on it? I don't know, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see. Like I said, your average person wouldn't even see these and it wouldn't bother them a bit, but it bothers me knowing that I'm putting something right over the top of it. I don't want to do that. So let's give it a shot. So you can see I've got a fair amount on there. I just lightly moistened that pad with the hose, just quick hit, just to get it a little bit damp. I always throw the cord over my shoulder so it's not touching the vehicle. And let's just see what happens. I had a little bit more water than I wanted on that pad when I started out. That's why I was kind of spreading all over the place. Let's see if it worked. One of the reasons I didn't want to have to go to the compound is that it can be quite messy. Spatter everywhere. You know, the drier you do it, the better, as far as not getting a big mess. So I'm going to give this a quick rinse with the hose just to make sure we get any compound off of there. When you're cutting and buffing a car, if you let the compound or any slurry dry and get into crevices and stuff, it's really hard to get it back out afterwards. Now that finally did get rid of the water spots, so that's nice. So I'll finish up doing the whole hood and then dry it up again and we'll get started. That finally did it. So all the water spots are gone, and we've now got paint that is worthy of sealing with the ceramic coat. This video was not intended to be about getting rid of water spots, but that's kind of what it ended up being a lot of. But you can see it looks great now. So it is ready now for the coat. Let's see how that goes. And I said at the beginning of this video, this was not going to be a paint correction video, and I lied to you and I lied to myself, because that's what we just did to the hood. All right, let's get that coating going and see what we think about that. So this actually says to shake it well. And surprisingly, unlike most products out there, or car detail products, it says you can put it on in direct sunlight. Don't worry about it. And that could happen depending on what happens with these clouds. They kind of are breaking up. So it could end up being in some direct sunlight. After you put this on, you're supposed to let it sit for 24 hours before washing it or anything. So we won't be doing a hose demo here. But then after 24 hours, put on another coat, and that's how you get a full 12 months of protection. It kind of says that with an asterisk that, you know, to get the full 12 months, put on that second coat. So I'll probably do that. Let's see how it goes on. I'm curious about the smell. Everybody kept talking about the smell, how good it smells. I'm gonna get up on my tire here so I can get the middle. You can see there's still water droplets on the windshield and stuff, but there's nothing on the hood. It's clean. It's the hard part of having a big truck and being a little person, or smaller person. It says just spray it on. It says do not over apply it. And just wipe it on. It does have a nice smell to it. It's much different than the ceramic coating that I put on before. That stuff you had to be pretty careful to do a little section at a time, and then be quick to buff it off, because it, or with a microfiber, because it would actually harden up. This, I don't know if it's the same way. It doesn't sound like it's something to be too worried about. The price on this stuff wasn't too bad. It was $14.99 at Walmart, and I think it's about the same price on Amazon. And it was actually like $20 in AutoZone. I looked when I went and bought the clay bar today, just to see what the price was there. All right, now we've got yet another clean microfiber towel, and we will just buff it, make sure it's nice and smooth and nothing sticky on there. Just being really careful to make sure I get every bit of it nice and clean. So I don't know if you leave anything behind, it might be a permanent, semi-permanent blotch. But I can tell already that it looks really good. It's hard to make an improvement on it because it was already so shiny. But when the sun was just on it, I could see. Finally done. Nice and shiny. Looking pretty good. See the reflection of all my junk in it. So this stuff was extremely easy to apply. And I actually think that I figured out kind of what their trick might be. I think that this is your average, really high quality ceramic. And they found a way to make it so it dries really slow. So take away kind of the fear of the general public applying a ceramic coating. This just doesn't really have a big, there's no big concern with this because you have plenty of time to wipe it all off. And when you're doing a regular ceramic coating, at least the ceramic coatings that are like professional grade, or even like that one I did from Amazon, it's really important that you are quick. Like, you've really got to put it on and take it right back off and do small sections, because if it dries streaky, then it's going to stay streaky and there's not much you can really do about it. With this stuff, you have a long time to work with it. So I did the whole truck, put it on, wiped it off, and then I used the microfiber cloth that came in the mother's clay bar kit and went around the whole truck again and wiped it all off again, just to make sure that it was really clean, really good. So I'm happy with the product as far as putting it on and what it looks like when I get done. Don't know how the long-term effects will be until it's been a while, but just wanted to show you that I'm using it and show you what I think, and also promote Project Farm. Definitely give that guy a try. Check out his videos because they're really interesting. They're awesome. He definitely does not need me to be promoting his channel because he is way bigger than I'll ever be. But I appreciate his work, and that's why I'm not even doing a review on this, is because he already did that. I don't need to show that again. I just wanted to show me using it. So thanks for watching.